Hey, and welcome back. Thank y'all so much for being a part of the Soul Tribe. Thank you so much for being here. So today's jewel of today is jewels, gems, crystals. Crystals of all sorts. Now we're not going to get too much into specific types of crystals, but we're going to get into why you should purchase crystals and how to go about purchasing your first stone, your first crystal, at home care for your crystals, when you should cleanse your crystals and why, and how to recharge your crystals between sessions and why. So let's get straight into it. Thank y'all again so much for being here. If you, again, like I said, are looking for stones or looking to buy your first stone or looking to even implement crystals and stones into your daily life or just into your workspace, into your environment, and or to heal and what's the other word I use? Instill. Heal and instill, because that's what the crystals do. Sorry, y'all. To heal and instill them into your life, then you're in the right place, right? So getting straight into it. So let's get into the first topic or the first breakdown. A reason why you should purchase crystals. If you're a person who is looking to align your chakras and looking for a spiritual tool to help aid you in that process, crystals would be a really good tool for aiding you to align, balance, recharge, and align your chakras. Crystals also are really good in meditation. They're really good for calming you, allowing you to be more serene, have clearer thoughts, and not only that, to go into a more deeper meditative state. Crystals also help you on your daily life, from anything to depression, stress, anxiety, worry. They also help and heal in physical ways, as well as, for things as such as inflammation, bloating, diseases, again, stress, mental chaos, blood flow. The list goes on. Crystals have a healing power and property to them, as well as an instilling power and property. So they will heal you internally and externally, as well as instill in your life internally and externally the properties of a crystal. Crystals are energetic magnetic fields, and they exude the energy per the crystal, depending on where the crystal was formulated, what attributes the crystal has, what healing properties it aids in, just as well as we do. Depending on where we're from in the world, who we are, what we've been through in our experience, we can heal someone else through our experience, aka our testimony, right? So that's pretty much how crystals work. So when you are purchasing a crystal, you go into a crystal store and you go to a crystal that gravitates towards you, whether it be size of the crystal, color of the crystal, shape of the crystal, whatever gravitates towards you, that's what you key in on. Then 9 times out of 10, wherever you go, they'll have like a little card or some type of description card letting you know more information about that crystal. And then that's how you can really hone in on what you need, or if that crystal provides the benefits that you are looking for, right? So like I said, going back to the reasons why you should purchase crystals. If you are a person who is looking to get more calmness in your life, looking to get more stability in your life, looking to get more focus, more drive, more love, more happiness, any of these attributes in life that you're looking to hone in on or really instill in your life, crystals are a really good way of being able to hone in and instill those different qualities of the crystals within your life. We are energetic magnetic fields. We're energetic fields. Or we have energetic magnetic fields within us that align with the crystals. So when we give off, it's just like vibes, right? So let's not even say all the fancy terms. We have vibes and the crystals have vibes, right? So just like when you walk into a room and somebody has a negative vibe or a weird vibe or just an Aki vibe that you're not certain with, it's the same thing with crystals. They pick up on vibes and they hone in on vibes. So if you have let's say if you have a black tourmaline with you, you know what I'm saying, you wearing it around your neck or you got it in your pocket, and you walk in a room where it's some Aki or negative or displeasing vibes, that black tourmaline will steer you clear of those vibes. It will steer you clear of those people, of that negative energy, because it will ground, and not only ground, but it will protect you from any energy that is not within your magnetic field, to receiving your magnetic field. So crystals definitely help in everyday life, as well as in a holistic approach as well, in healing the mind, body, and soul. So I definitely recommend crystals. That's why I couldn't wait to do this video. I was geek. I've been trying to do this video for a little while, but I just kind of needed the right things to say, kind of place them in the right points. And I went and got me a blue apatite, I think it's called apatite. I might be saying it wrong, but it's Apatite. But this guy is strong, and it's allowing me to be able to communicate better to y'all. But anyway, so getting back to it. So we talked about some reasons why you should purchase crystals. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what you're trying to hone in on, or heal, or instill in your life. Definitely, crystals would definitely be a good spiritual tool or a good aid to help you assist those things. Now, how to go about purchasing your first stone? Like I said, when you go into the crystal store, or when you are online, or wherever you're purchasing your crystals from, you will get... Well, I've never purchased a crystal online, so I can't tell you about purchasing a crystal online. I can tell you about purchasing a crystal face to face, because I'm a type of person who I need to feel the crystal. I need to feel the energy of the crystal, and I need to know if it resonates with me. You know what I'm saying? And I also need to be drawn to it, in a sense, to whether it be alluring, whether the shape or the feel in my hand is right, or the color is right. You know what I'm saying? So usually what I like to do is, I have like a hand tester, like if they're like smaller stones like these, and I like to, like, if it fits in my hands, like, I can't really explain it to the way, but see how it just like fits in my hands, like no matter, like the crevice fits in my hands. If I can just like lock it with 2 fingers, it definitely already gives me an ability to, it's just like this like rub factor, to where I can really hone in on the energy and really feel the crystal and really get the vibration. Like bigger stones, it's a little bit different. I like to hold them in the palm of my hand and gravitate towards that energy. But the smaller stones, I like to, and everyone's different, you know what I'm saying? This is just something I do when I go to the crystal store. I allow the crystals to speak to me, in a sense, and I allow myself to be gravitated towards the crystals that resonate with me. I read the card depending on the description on the card, because 9 times out of 10, if you go to a crystal store, they'll have a description, and if they don't, you can always look at the name of the crystal and Google it, and then see if that resonates with what you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? So if you're going in looking to really rid yourself of any past trauma that has been holding your heart back, or holding you back from love, or loving yourself, or being able to give love to other people, or being open, malachite or rose quartz would be perfect crystals for those type of things. So you don't have to know that, but just know what you're looking for, and you let the crystals gravitate towards you. Like I said, this crystal today, I didn't know exactly what I was looking for when I went in the crystal shop, but I knew that I was looking for a crystal that would allow me to communicate and to be able to express my thoughts. And not only that, but to be able to have my thoughts received to the masses, by the masses, and also to myself, in a way that was on the same wavelength, alignment, and ultimately that you would just understand, you know, people will understand where I'm coming from and what I'm saying, you know, because sometimes it's easy to write things down, or to get your thoughts out in a journal, or on a piece of paper. But sometimes when you cut the camera on and all the lights is going, it's like, oh shoot, what was I going to say? You know, so I definitely have already felt the benefits from this blue apatite. It's my blue apatite. I love it. I'm feeding off the energy, and it's feeding off me. And like I said, I got it sitting on my desk here on this little small crystal grid that I have. And it's worked out wonders for me. But getting back into it. So at-home care for a crystal. So some at-home care, this is after you purchase your crystal, after you've allowed the crystal to gravitate towards you, or you to resonate with the crystal, and you've purchased the crystal. You're like, this is the one for me. I'm getting it. It's a go. One, hold that crystal in the palm of your hand, or however you want to hold a crystal. It doesn't have to be the palm of your hand. You can hold it with 2 fingers, you know, whatever. and just allow that energy to resonate with you, and thank the crystal for finding you, because that's what crystals do. You don't find the crystals, they find you, period. And if you have a crystal, you know what I mean by this. You already know the crystals just find you. So give that moment of blessing and intent and thanks to the crystal. This can be in the crystal shop or when you take it home. But the at-home care, after you've done your intentful blessing on the crystal, you then take it home and you can cleanse your crystals, right? So you want to cleanse your crystals. And the reason why, because who knows who's been in the shop where you've shopped, and what energy that they placed on the crystals, or what energy that has been surrounding the crystals while they were in the shop. And again, like I said, for anyone who's, touched the crystals or anything, or dealt with the crystals while you weren't in attendance, right? So you want to cleanse the crystals of any prior energies, right? So to do this, depending on the type of crystal that you have, and you can, again, like I said, go online and see if it's a friable crystal or not, to see if it will crumble under water, because the one cleansing method is water. You can do a sea salt water cleanse, you can do a sea salt cleanse, or you can smudge it with a candle and or sage and Palo Santo. Now, my personal favorite is the smudging, because no matter the crystal, no matter the friability or the fact that it could crumble or not could crumble within the water or the salt. Because so let me go back and say how I'm trying to say it. So you can put it in water, right? Depending on if the crystal is solid, if it can hold up in water, and you can Google that. Now, if it can't hold up in water, you can dump it in water. Cool. You can rinse it over a tap of water, put your intentions on the crystals while you're rinsing it, and allow it to be cleansed, right? Because water is all cleansing. You can do sea salt. You can sit the crystal in sea salt, put your intentions on the crystal as well, let it sit overnight. You can do a sea salt water, again, if the crystal isn't a crystal that is friable. Friable meaning that it won't crumble or break under the circumstances, right? So you can do a sea salt cleanse. You can do it for as long as, spirit allows you or leads you to do it. And again, like I said, put your intentions on it and sit it in that water, that sea salt water, to be cleansed. You can do a smudging with a candle. You can do a white candle for purity, black candle for groundingness. You can do any color variation just to put a little bit more symbology on the cleansing of the crystal. Or you can smudge it, like I said, my personal favorite, with sage and Palo Santo, because sage clears good and bad energy. Palo Santo only brings in good energy, right? And when you're smudging, you want to do counterclockwise to release the energy, right hand, sorry. And then to bring in good energy, you want to do clockwise, left hand, right? But I'll do another video on smudging and how to cleanse yourself and cleanse your home through smudging. So that'll be another video. But you definitely want to cleanse your crystals when you purchase them, or after they've been purchased and you've done your intentful blessing on them. You definitely want to cleanse them. And those are a couple ways to cleanse them. And you can also cleanse it by sun or moonlight. Again, if the crystal is or is not friable, will determine if you can put it under the sunlight. The moonlight will be fine no matter the crystal, but the sunlight definitely is something you want to watch out for. And going back to it, some crystals that to be careful under the sunlight are citrine, because these crystals will fade. Citrine, amethyst, smoky quartz, fluorite, calcite, and there's more, but this is just a couple, just in case you guys already have some on hand and you have not cleansed them and you want to go ahead and start cleansing them. And you're seeing this information for the first time, but if you have citrine, amethyst, smoky quartz, fluorite, calcite, don't sit those in the sun, because they will fade. And the crystals that are not water friendly are any crystal that ends in ITE, and amber, turquoise, calcite, moonstone, just are a couple examples. But again, like I said, anything that ends in I. And again, like I said, you can do some research on the crystals that you already have and or crystals that you're looking to purchase, to see if those cleansing rituals or those cleansing ideas will be great for your particular crystal. Now, the last thing is how to recharge your crystals. And going back to the sun and moonlight, again, depending on if it is a crystal that lacks hardness or has a hardness, a harder quality or a harder terrain to it, it can be placed under the sunlight for recharging. And like I said, again, the moonlight is safe for any crystal for recharging. And reasons why you should recharge your crystals is if you're using them for a specific purpose, if you're wearing them for a specific purpose, if you're carrying them for a specific purpose, or if you're placing them in your home or at work or anything like that for a specific purpose. If these crystals aren't rechargeable crystals or self-cleansing crystals, you want to recharge those crystals between the usage of them, right? So keeping your crystals in a silk bag or a velvet bag in between usage, or like, let's say if you have a lot of crystals, if you're not using them, to keep them in a silk or velvet bag so that they won't be not perceptive, so they won't interfere with any energies, negative or good, or any energies that you're not ready for the crystals to receive at that moment, right? If that makes sense. So that's just a little small tidbit I was just thinking of. If you do have extra crystals that you're not working with, keeping them in a silk or velvet bag will allow those crystals to retain their energy within the bag and not be receptive to outside energy. Now going back to recharging them, so it's similar to cleansing them. You can do the smudge ritual with the Palo Santo and the sage. You can do the sun or moonlight ritual, and if they are a recharging, if the crystals recharge themselves or cleanse themselves, you can actually sit them on each other, right? So our self-cleansing crystals are just a couple of examples of self-cleansing crystals are citrine, kyanite, and aztulite. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm probably screwing that up, but it's azeztulite. But yeah, so those crystals are self-cleansing crystals, so they cleanse themselves. So you don't have to worry about doing any of those rituals, sun or moonlight ritual, a smudging ritual, or any type of cleansing ritual for the crystals, because they cleanse themselves. Now, as far as cleansing other crystals or charging other crystals, we're a couple examples, clear quartz, carnelian, and those crystals, like I said, they cleanse and charge other crystals. So you could sit a clear quartz on top of a crystal that is not self-cleansing or self-charging, and it will cleanse and charge that crystal for you. You know what I'm saying? So overnight, if you want to, let's say for instance, let me think of a crystal, a gate. Let's just say an agate, right? So let's say you had an agate that you were working with, and this is just an example. Let's say you had an agate that you were working with and you wanted to cleanse it after you were done working with it. In between sessions, you would get you a clear quartz. You can sit it overnight, or however long spirit allows you or tells you or guides you to sit it on, and allow that clear quartz crystal to cleanse and recharge that agate, or cleanse or recharge any of your other crystals. You can also, like I was saying, if you have your crystals in that silk or that velvet bag, or if you have your crystals in a bag, to charge them while they're in the bag, you can sit a carnelian crystal in the bag with the other crystals, and it'll cleanse and charge all the other crystals in the bag. So, let's say if you're, traveling, or if you don't have time to smudge or do a sun or moonlight ritual to cleanse your crystals, like I say, you can use a clear quartz or a carnelian for sure to cleanse and charge any of your crystals that you have in your collection. So I hope this video was helpful. I want to thank y'all so much for watching. I am Kaydoz. Until the next video, I'm sending love, light, prosperity, health, wealth, and blessings to you, your home, and your family. And until the next video, namaste. Hit that subscribe bell so you don't miss a thing. Crystal love, crystal blessings, crystal healing. I'm out.